Information presented on this program is believed to be factual and up to date, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. Discussions and answers to questions do not involve the rendering of personalized investment advice, but are limited to the dissemination of general information. A professional advisor should be consulted before implementing any of the options presented. Encompass More Asset Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC and only transacts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC does not imply a certain level of skill or training. And the guys are here, Clint Smith, Galen, Bargerstock. Time for a little visit with GCES.
GCES.
Gents, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us here today, bravely going out in 10-degree weather in shorts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'd be surprised how many people say something to us about that whenever we go to Giant Eagle about us wearing shorts in the middle of the winter. Yeah.
I would not be surprised because I get the same thing because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It takes a different bird, I guess, is what we're saying here. It's Indiana in the morning, and let's talk a little bit of retirement savings and something, Clint, you mentioned it a couple of moments ago. Maybe people don't understand what it is. I know I'm not completely up on it. Holistic retirement savings.
So holistic really just means encompassing everything. It's not just talking about trying to sell a life insurance policy to people, but talking about everything that they are going to be going through whenever they go through the retirement process, not just things to do with money, but our whole message has always been about health, wealth, and happiness. And that kind of encompasses everything that would be involved in what we do, which is holistic financial advising. We look at everyone's finances, but not only that, we talk to them about, trying to fill their time with things to do in retirement and things that we've learned that people figure out whenever they go into retirement. And also about being healthy and actually putting effort into making sure that you are healthy so that you can enjoy your retirement, not just have money while you're there.
Well, there are plenty of great old jokes about folks who, as they get older, all they do is they talk about their health. And I'm finding out that to be true. And it's you meet someone on the street, you just compare doctor's appointments and maybe see if you can get a ride share going. But it's more than that, Galen. When we think about it, we're going to have someone on from Fox a little bit later talking about the perils of an elderly person who enters into a rental living arrangement. And there are some things to be aware of there. But that overall financial well-being is something that can prey on somebody if you allow it to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're not working, you have all this time to think about everything that could go wrong constantly, right? So your mind is always just thinking about different scenarios. But, if you have that health, under control where maybe you're walking a couple miles a day or even just around the block or something like that to, get the body moving a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do something like that and it changes your attitude. It changes your outlook.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that are super active. We work with a lot of postal employees. People that are letter carriers for 30, 40 years. They go from walking 12 miles every day to not walking at all in retirement. So we see a lot of people that are active that want to still stay active, that sometimes just get a second job or find something else to do. A lot of people will invest time in watching their children's children, grandkids and stuff like that. But really it's looking at what you want to actually do with your life and what you would like. Hey, if you didn't have to go to work every day, what would you do?
But a big part of that formula has to be being comfortable with the resources that you're going to use to live your life and not worrying about that constantly, Galen. So part of what you do is putting people into that comfortability zone.
You have to put everybody's mind at ease. I mean, I don't create like the money that you have. You created all of your wealth. I like to think that, well, it depends on what stage I met you. But, at the retirement aspect of it, this is what you've made. This is what you have. These are the kind of the steps that you need to make happen so you don't outlive your money. And health plays in a huge aspect of everything. That's kind of why, Medicare plans give silver sneakers for free because they want you to go out and be active, because they want you to be alive and healthy, so the bills for them aren't high. Because if the bills for the insurance companies are high, well, your bills are going to be high as well, which is draining your retirement funds.
There's a person that I'm very familiar with that is in a church setting who has suffered a bad accident and is going to be in assisted living for a very, very lengthy amount of time, and maybe won't get out of assisted living. Of course, she has people on her will that she would like to leave some things to. She has property. She has a farm, her parents' former farm, and it's over 50 acres worth of property. There's some value that's there. She doesn't have a ton of money, but she's got some valuable property. She is concerned that if she's in this assisted living facility, that she's going to have to sell all of that just to pay to this facility to take care of her for the rest of her life, and that her heirs won't get anything. That sort of thing that I use the word prey on you. That will prey on your mind, and it will drag you down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that we are always telling people, what's the best day to start planning? Well, it's today. It's before that situation would even come into play that you should be talking to a financial advisor and lawyers about what could happen to the property if you are unable to take care of yourself and you have to sell off to pay for care. So, that's something that should be addressed when you're younger, and everybody should have a proper plan in place, no matter what age you are. So that's not something that you're going to have to worry about later on in life. And I'm not saying you're not going to have to worry about it. Stuff happens, life happens. But at least if you are on the path of trying to protect everything, you're not going to worry about it quite as much.
Yeah, and that's where GCES comes in, Clint, is helping people to put their minds at ease.
Yeah.
You don't want to go through life worrying about things for the rest of your life.
I mean, let's be honest. Worrying about outliving your money is actually probably a good scenario to be in, because that means that you're healthy. Do you know what I mean? If you're not worried about outliving your money, then most likely you probably have health issues. We meet with a lot of people. You don't have to have a ton of money to meet with us. We meet with people that have $20,000, $30,000 saved, and that $20,000, $30,000 sometimes has to last them for the rest of their life. So that's one of the things that we do look at, is getting people income that will last them for the rest of their life. If you have $30,000 and let's say you take $1,000 out every month, it's going to last you 30 months. We have products that we can put you into that won't pay you $1,000 every month. It would pay you less, but it's going to pay you for the rest of your life, as long as you live, and you'll never outlive your funds. So there are different things that we can do to help people with that, and different products. It's really sitting down and figuring out what you need, but having health issues and worrying about outliving your money are kind of the same thing. Do you know what I mean? If you're worried about outliving your money, you're probably pretty healthy. Unfortunately, you might just not have the money set up the way that you hope to.
Yeah. Galen, somebody might say to themselves or say to you, you just said that circumstances can change, and that means my financial burdens will change. What if my plan isn't adaptable? What if my plan won't adapt to whatever those changes are? Am I sunk then?
Well, I mean, you're not sunk, but I mean, a financial plan is kind of like a good guide. What I'm looking for whenever I review somebody is your loss of income, and hopefully that there is a big surplus of money sitting on the side to filter in that loss for those what ifs. So if I'm doing a plan with somebody, I'm going to usually have what I call kind of like a little slush fund, a little extra on the side that people have as disposable income. Not free money, fun money, but whatever you want to call it. But so if they're caught off guard, their plan is still going to go smooth. It's just that side account that they have is going to have to pick up a little bit of slack and need replenished in the future.
Yeah, so the plan that you're setting up, folks, with, it has to be agile.
It has to be, yeah. You have to move with the punches. I mean, everybody does, because life's going to throw stuff at you. Your roof is going to go. You're going to need a furnace, washers and dryers, There's always something.
We've done this so long that Galen kind of knows those questions to ask with people. How much are you paying for your mortgage? How much is left over? What's your interest rate? Because people will, whenever they do the retirement, it's the same thing as always. You want to set it and forget it. And that's what a lot of our clients do. So when Galen meets with people, he will go over different things like, do you want to pay off your cars? You're going to pay off your house. They might have $400,000, but we might only roll over $300,000 and leave that other $100,000 in their home or in their checking account, wherever it is, for them to actually use to pay off whatever it is that we go over whenever we're doing the plan.
Yeah. Bottom line is a lot of folks are living their lives without having the financial acumen that they can say to themselves, this is what I need to do, and here's the plan that I'm going to put in place to do it. That's where you come in. You help them make that plan, and you take that burden off of them.
Correct. I'm going to make you think about things that you didn't think about, because a lot of people in their mind have a plan established. One of the biggest things I get is I want to pay off all my debt. I don't have any credit cards. I don't want to have a mortgage, and then I'll be fine with my monthly income. And then I have to look at that, see what it looks like for that specific person, and then maybe give a little bit of a reality check if it's not something that is feasible. Everybody wants to be debt-free. I want to be debt-free. But it's so easy to not be debt-free if you buy stuff. You're just going to, you pay it off and you rack it up, and you pay it off and you rack it up. It's nature, and it's going to keep on going like that into retirement as well. You just have to be prepared to pay off those bills so it just doesn't get out of control.
So very few people are actually equipped to think of what everything needs to go into a financial plan for life.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys come in.
Yeah. We, it's surprising. We can do the financial plan for people, but it's like you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. We've set up stuff for people, and some people look at retirement and they're like they won the lottery. Do you know what I mean? And we can set up a plan for them, but it's up to them to also follow what we do for them as well, because we can set up the plan, but if they're not going to follow it, or they're going to spend all their money out of their savings, there's not much we can do at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get folks thinking about some of the issues that they'll have later in life, whether they're people in their 20s or 30s that are just getting started on their work careers, or somebody who's nearing the end of their work career and thinking about retirement around the corner. What do we need to do?
Just give us a call, 724-915-0000. And just remember, you don't have to be a millionaire to work with a financial advisor. Anyone that has money saved in their retirement, that's planning for retirement, we can work with them. You don't have to have a ton of money to work with us. We work with everyone, even if you're just getting started on investing and stuff like that. But give us a call, 724-915-0000. Stop in at our office, 1780 Philadelphia Street. And you can also visit us online at gces.us.
Very good, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.